Welcome to class. Who is ready? Ready. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here today. It's day 10. We are rounding up. We are rounding up. Come on now. Who is ready? James, welcome to class. I see Moraniba. Moraniba was here 30 minutes ago. Welcome everyone. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let me see if we're live on Facebook. I think I also had to open it up on Facebook today after rounding up. Let me see if we're live there as well. Welcome to class. How have you been? Tell me your experience so far all through this journey. How has been your experience? Okay, we're live on Facebook as well. How has been your experience in the past couple of days? Tell me your experience. Tell me your experience. What has been your most beautiful encounter in the past couple of days? Share with me. I love to read from you. I love to hear you. Okay, for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, this is the productivity webinar series that we started off about 9 days ago. Okay, today is the time. We are rounding up officially. Yes, we are rounding up today. Welcome to class. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Yes, I see we are also, you can also check us out on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, we are live there. Today we are ready. 3 persons are here already. Welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome to class. Welcome to class. So glad to have you here today. Mm. Tell me what has actually stood out for you in the past couple of days. Tell me what has actually stood out for you in the past couple of days on your Lapo space. I'm so glad I've actually participated in this program. I'm so glad I've shown up for it. I'm so glad I've been here. If you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, tell us in the comments what has actually stood out for you. We love to hear from you. Um, we've shared several lessons, and right now we are up for execution. Yes, we are up for execution. Mm-hmm. We are up for execution. I have something amazing coming up. 3 weeks intensive accountability and execution package. We're going to be opening up a registration tomorrow so that you will not just finish this program and then go and sleep. It's going to be your singular opportunity to go on and implement on whatever it is that it is that you are going to be working on in this very season. Yes, that is what it is about. Somebody said I was in a today. Okay, but I said no without guilt and seeing how serious I was, my feeling was counted. This is so powerful. This is powerful. This is productivity, right? This is for the productivity, the power of your no. Okay, so tell me what else stood out for you, like your experiences so far. What has actually made a lot of sense? Have you been able to improve in your execution? Have you been able to improve in the way you do your things? Have you been able to improve in the way you speak, in the way you talk, and in the way you express yourself? Okay? Have you been able to share with us what you need from you? What you need testimonials? I'm also going to be opening up the group, our WhatsApp community after now, for you to share your feedback with us. Mm-hmm. So let's get right into the conversation today. Like I said, we're going to just make it very brief and all right, let's do this, family. Mm. If you are live with us on Facebook, kindly tell us I'm live with you on Facebook. Just type Facebook. If you are here on YouTube, welcome. Okay, so let's get into the conversation. I'm going to share my slide. Are you sure you can hear me? I'm going to be using my earpiece. Okay. Are you sure it is very clear? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? If you can hear me clearly, type I can hear you, Coach Faith. Just kindly type that in the comment that you can hear me clearly. There's a noise coming from the background. Okay, let me log out of Facebook. Maybe it could be Facebook. Okay, okay. Please double check on that. Let me off the. Okay, go ahead and double check. Is the noise still coming up? Can you still hear the noise? I've done all the best that I can. Can you still hear the noise? Please let me know if it is still coming up. Is it still coming up? Okay. So we're going to go on with the class. Don't worry, you see my face clearly pretty soon. Okay. Okay, is it clearer now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me very well? If you can hear me, okay. James says it's clear. Possibly because I logged on to um, Facebook. That let it. Okay. So I'm going to share my slide so that we can take it up to the next level. Okay, okay. Let me add the slide to the stage. Action scoreboard, a scorecard, and weekly review. Come on, now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Welcome, Uju. I hope you listened to yesterday's session. Okay, so today we're going to score your execution and view your progress so that you can adjust and grow. One thing I've learned about review over the years, and it has helped me as a visionary. And if you are the type that does not know how to do your reviews at the end of every season, remember we're talking about the 90-day sprint. So we spoke about reviews that use 12 weeks to invest. Okay, use 12 weeks to invest, and then as you use 12 weeks to invest, use the last 1 week. Okay, okay, as you use 12 weeks to invest in your work, then use the last 1 week to what? Review, right? Use the last 1 week to review. Use the last 1 week to review. So review is very important. And then even though you want to do that at the end of every quarter, every 90 days, you should also learn to incorporate it into your daily experience. I mean, your weekly experience. Even your daily experience. Yesterday, we spoke about your evening execution ritual and your morning execution ritual. Okay, so we said that in the evening, there has to be a ritual that you carry out. And one of such is for you to review and go through your day to ask yourself, what did I achieve today? What did I not achieve today? Right? So same thing is applicable for your weekly engagement. Today I was trying to put something together. I was like, oh my God. At some point I was trying to figure out one or two. And then I just remember, oh my God, let me go back to my class. Let me go listen to my own class again. So I had to go back to the nine because there's something I was trying to put together. I just had to go to review. I went through the slides again to see some of the things I had penned down there and how that can help me as well. Right? Every teacher is first of all the student of the class. So whether you like it or not, I'm the first student of this class. Okay, you are number two or number three. Okay, so now we have built um, clarity. We've been able to look into our systems. We've learned to plan and execute. But here's something that separates a lot of people who transform for those who just try. We know how to measure, we know how to reflect, and we know how to adjust. Somebody should type adjustment. In fact, there was a program I had put out that was I think that was about 5 or 6 months ago, and it was a program that was very close to my heart. I had put out this program. I've always wanted to put out this program, but I didn't have the infrastructure to do that. So a platform I just introduced an opportunity for me to be able to leverage on what they already have. And I was like, oh my God, I quickly went into the drawing board in a week. Somebody should type in a week. In about a week, I launched that program and I had already gotten some sign-ups. About 4 persons already signed up. to be a part of the program. Others were saying, coaches, we're going to sign up. And I was super excited about it. Before I knew it, somebody should write before I knew it. Before I knew it, the platform I was dependent on, they they had to duplicate that very aspect of their project, of their program. In fact, it destabilized me, and I kept on asking myself, am I sure I read their emails very well? Am I sure I went through very well? Did I not make a grievous mistake? And then I went back to the platform. I saw the email again. Then I sent them a message. I sent them a message. I'm like, oh, I had relied on this and that. Now you guys have duplicated it. It's no longer available. What do you want me to do? And they were like, oh, we have other options. And we didn't really do that. The first email I received, because they are working in a team now. So the person actually said there was nothing like that. I'm like, what are you saying? Are you kidding me? I had to go take a screenshot. I took a screenshot of the email I received. I sent it to them. I gave them my back boss that we had just destabilized my one of my launch. And then they had to apologize. We're like, oh, they didn't know. They had to apologize that they had duplicated it. That I should try another offer, which obviously wasn't going to work for me. All right. What did I do? I didn't sleep on it. I just told those that I signed up because it was going to be a monthly recurring program. I just told those that I signed up, once we complete this month, please, these are some of the reasons we cannot continue because I cannot be doing back and forth every month. Okay. So reach out to you and say, have you paid? Have you not paid? All right. So what am I saying in a nutshell? That was about review. The platform has gone on to review maybe their launches and they were like, oh, this one is not going to favor us. Let's duplicate it for a while. For me, when I saw that it was also the same, I would have been able to manage it, possibly talk to some of my team members and say, okay, you'll be reaching out to these people, let's do this one, let's do that. But I had seen that it was going to stress the hell out of us and it wasn't going to be something we can really manage or maneuver. I had to let go. All right. I had to let go. That's the number one way we review and we adjust, right? We review and we adjust. Of course, when I started off this productivity program, I told myself I was going to host an accountability program for you guys towards the end of at the end of this program. But at some point, I asked myself, can I really do that? Will I have the time to be holding people accountable, coupled with what I already have on my plate? And then, boom! I think it was the sixth or the seventh. Another light bulb moment showed up. Somebody should type light bulb moment. Like I was teaching. I told them I'm my first student. And that light bulb moment came. And I'm like, oh, I could actually put the structure together this way. And it will be much easier for me to manage as opposed to the other one I was thinking before. You see, there's always a way. Sometimes the reason we're stuck is because we don't know how to review, we don't know how to adjust, we don't know how to reflect. As human beings, one of the best virtues you have is the ability to utilize your mind, to imagine into the future, and to also come up with blueprints, to come up with solutions, to come up with ideas, to come up with thoughts, to come up with a whole lot of beautiful and amazing things. And each time it doesn't work, you let go. There is a research I came into one time. This Pathfinder effect. There was this organization, an amazing organization, who had actually sent their workers, their employees, all right? Thank you, Miracle, for that. They had actually sent their workers and their employees down to a very far country, a far country. They had sent them to a far country and they told them, go and make research about this particular launch we're about to put out, about this particular project. You will not come back until we find a solution that will help us scale in the market. All right, and that's how the Pathfinder effect came on board. All right, and we're like, you have to. And so when they were coming back, they came back with Pathfinder. So as a leader, as a visionary, your ability to measure, your ability to reflect, your ability to adjust is very important. And that's why for every visionary, I always encourage you must be swift with execution. And that's what we're going to be embarking on the 21-day execution sprint, right? Yesterday I called it accountability sprint. So you shall understand. Accountability execution sprint. All right. We're going to be launching tomorrow. So that you can register, you can get on board. Registration is only going to be open for a few days and we'll start off officially on the 7th or 8th of February, or 8th of February, 8th to 28th of February. Okay, it's going to be for 21 days. It's called the One Thing Execution Lab. One Thing Execution Lab. How many of you are excited about it? Yay! The One Thing Execution Lab. I know some of you are so passionate about the one thing. Yeah, we're going to be executing just one goal. We're not doing two individually. You're not doing two, you're not doing three, you're not doing five. Just one goal in 21 days. And surely If you stick with me, come on, you're going to achieve it. You're going to achieve it with a commitment. Uh, you're going to achieve it. You're going to get results, and you're going to come out. If you're going to be like, oh my God, coach, when I'm going to be doing it again, I have another thing to achieve. So it's called the one thing execution lab. Mhm. So you can see that adjustment is important. So a lot of people, one thing I've really seen that kept them stalled for a long time is that they stay stuck to the thing that is no longer working. James is excited, yeah. I'm glad you're excited, James. All right, get ready to sign up for it. Okay. Yes, beautiful name and beautiful mission as well. The mission behind it is so powerful, right? So at the end of the day, you just realize that um, there is such a thing as truly being able to close every loop, okay, so that you can know where you are winning and how to course correct before you start drifting, okay. If you look at your life, you look at your journey, look at what you're doing, how do you course correct? All right, how do you course correct? How do you sort of begin to look into your life and say, okay, I really want to do this and do that. How do I achieve what I want to achieve? Okay, so the differences must actually showcase your ability to truly be flexible and relatable in terms of how you do your work. That's it. So measurement, reflection, and adjustment is important. On the path of personal development, like for those of you in the growth garden, personal development, you must be willing to adjust, measure, and reflect. So on a daily basis, your activities will be. In fact, many of you in the growth garden, you already know that I'm building with you guys. It's not like, oh, Coach already has it figured out in one place, so she's coming to unleash everything on us. No, we are building together. There are certain things we are letting go, there are certain things we are bringing on board. Do you see that? That's how to build. That's how to build. My major concept as a leader since the inception that I started off many years ago has always been the IKEA protocol. The IKEA protocol. IKEA. IKEA protocol. When we search the organization, it really says, let's build together. I'm a builder, right? I'm a builder. I'm not a I'm not the autocratic kind of leader who comes up to say it has to be this way. I'm a builder. That's who I am. So I build with those that are with me. I build with my people. I build with everything that I've got. And once you come into my school, you would always love it because I am an innovator as well. So as I build, I innovate on the journey. Do you see that? So you must also begin to think like that. It is only a person who does not like to build or who doesn't understand the concept of building. My leadership in terms of what I do in the growth garden is based on the Joshua protocol. Joshua kind of leadership style. Okay, you know, Joshua was the type of leader who would say, "Take your own cutlass, take your own shovel, let's go dig our well, let's go do this." All right, let's go do this. Do you get it? Let me type it. It's IKEA, it's an organization. You can go check it out. Okay, so let's go dig our own well. We're not here to come and look for who will save us, who will rescue us. Okay, the IKEA effect. Yes, it is called the IKEA effect. Do you see that? IKEA effect. Very important. Okay? So why is it that many a times people fail? Most people fail. They fail because they set goals, they work hard, they stay busy, but they never stop to ask themselves, am I actually making progress? Am I actually making progress? Do you see that? They never stop to ask themselves those profound questions if they are actually making progress in order for them to be able to work, move forward. Yes, thank you, Moranu, but that's it. All right. So at the end of the day, you must understand that your ability to ask yourself the why question. I always recommend the work of Simon Sinek again and again to as many people that want to really build. Okay, go and read. Start with why. Go and read Find Your Why by Simon Sinek. All right. Although I love the approach of Simon Sinek, but then there's a lot you can still learn as it connects to purpose. But that approach is for those who really want to build their organization. They're asking questions about how can they build, how can they set themselves up on fire, how can they be more motivated intrinsically to do the work. And then he also wrote the book Infinite Game, playing the infinite game, right? That has a lot to do with intrinsic motivation because not all the time you're motivated externally. Research has proven from Harvard Business School that only 16% of people track their goals consistently. 16% of people track their goals consistently, and yet those who do are 376% more likely to achieve them. More likely to achieve them. So you cannot improve what you don't measure. You cannot improve what you don't measure. You must be ready to measure your journey, measure your process, measure your goals. You cannot improve if you're not willing to measure all that is going on in your world. You must be ready to measure. Okay? That's how we build on this journey. Oh, James is reading the book. Interesting. That's how we build on this journey. You must be ready to what? To take it to the next level. Look at an amazing quote by Peter Drucker. How many of you know Peter Drucker? Peter Drucker was a management guru. A management guru. Anything management, business management, management in itself. Peter Drucker was an expert there. So it says, what gets measured gets managed. What gets measured gets managed. Okay? What gets measured gets managed. Do you see that? So if you are not measuring it, you are not doing the work. All right? If you're not following the Leaders Book Club, do where to follow us. Please, please, please. Follow us on YouTube. We just started our YouTube channel. I just opened up the YouTube channel few weeks ago, but I haven't been using it. I'm trying to resuscitate it because we have an extensive, powerful 1 month challenge coming up. We also have 14 days, another form of reading challenges coming up. Those are some of the programs we run in the leaders community, all right, book club community. So go ahead and follow us there. Follow the reading community. For those of you in the growth garden, you should already be following the reading community because it's one of the powerhouse for everything that we do in the growth garden. Okay? Follow us on YouTube majorly. We're not looking for followers on Facebook, YouTube as well because we want to start showing our videos there. I think they said the numbers has to go up so you can go live there. So follow the Leaders Book Club, just this name as it is. Okay? So we must be ready to improve so that we can get better. So whatever gets measured gets managed. Whatever gets measured gets managed. Okay? The action scorecard is simple. Score your execution daily. That's it. Not your result, not your feelings, your execution. We're not saying be measuring your result every day or your feelings, how you feel. No. Measure your execution. Okay? Did you do what you said you're going to do? If you did, write 1. If you did not do it, 0. Okay? Either you win or you miss. This is going to create radical honesty. Radical honesty. Somebody should type in the comment. Radical honesty. This is going to create radical honesty. Radical honesty. It's going to create radical honesty. So you've got to be ready. You've got to be ready to do the work. You've got to be ready to do the work. It is going to create radical honesty. Okay? I hope that's clear. So let's move on to our next slide. So how does the scoreboard or scorecard works? Every evening during your evening ritual, like we discussed on the 9, okay, you're going to ask yourself these 3 questions. Did I complete my one thing today? Did I complete my one thing today? My one thing. Did I complete it today? Did I complete it today? Okay? Did I complete my one thing today? Did I also protect my peak window? Did I also protect my peak window? Okay? Did I honor my boundaries? Richard, how are you doing? Okay? Did I honor my boundaries? It's important. So you are going to write down your total score, 3 points per day. Then you track this for 7 days and add up your weekly score. So if we are making 3 per day in a week, that will be how many? 3 multiplied by 7, that will be like 21. Okay, 21 at the end of the week. So imagine we're going to be doing this in the practically in the one thing execution lab that we're going to be starting on the 8th for those who will sign up for it. We're going to be doing this practically so that as you get to execute, you know what you are up for, and then you zone into that one thing and truly be able to receive accountability to get it done. So in the one thing execution lab, I'm not coming to teach again. All right, it's going to be a place to just get results. If it's a book you want to write, you write a book. If it's a project you want to launch, You launch the project, you learn how to do that through accountability structure. If it is for you to build a skill, maybe you've been looking forward to building a particular skill. 21 days, you're good to build a skill, right? If it's for you to do whatever it is you're looking forward to as it relates to your vision, your project, if it is to even build a cadence of accountability that will start off from the 21 days and later on into other areas of your life, that is also a good opportunity for you. If it's for you to build a framework, okay, a coaching framework, a system framework that will continue to help you navigate your journey going forward as a leader in your own space. The program is specifically for leaders and visionaries, also individuals who are focused, who are looking forward to executing on their purpose and their vision project. You are also welcome to the One Thing Execution Lab. So this is what we're going to be looking at for, because your scoreboard has to be thorough. We have to mark that on a daily basis to say, did you keep up with your one thing? Did you do this? Did you do that? It has to be intentional. It has to be intentional. Okay? So 18 to 21 points is going to be that you are executing at an elite level. 18 to 21 points. So if you're able to make up to 18 to 21 points at the end of the week, it means that you are executing at an elite level. 14 to 17. All right. Somebody should take a screenshot of this and post it in the room. Let me open the room for us. It seems we have same people in that room because sometimes I get scared. I don't want them to scatter the room for us. You know, some of these amazing people. I don't know where they are coming from most times. Okay, so you can take a screenshot. All right. So 14 to 17 points, it means that you are consistent, but you need to tighten up. Okay, what is flipping? 10 to 13 points, it means that you are inconsistent. So you have to review your systems and know what is breaking down. Hmm. Let me even ask you, listening to me right now, is it really easy to execute? Do you think it is easy to execute and to really be productive? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd like you to grade it. We have 11 of you listening right now. Tell me, if you think it's very easy, that would be like a 10 over 10. If you think um, it is not too easy, slightly easy, maybe between 7 and 9, right? If you are neutral, maybe you can say 5, and then from 4 downwards, we would say not easy. So your 1 means not easy. Your 3 means your 2 means not easy. Your 3 means not easy. Your 4 means not easy. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, write it down. That's why, in fact, execution is not like you said, it's not easy, but I like us to grade it based on what we have learned so far. Now, another thing is sitting down to even think through. Okay, sitting down to even think through, to implement, to implement, sitting down to think through, to do the work alone is a lot. It's a hassle. Sitting down to do the work. Mohammed is neutral, okay? Moranuba says 7 over 10. Great. Uju says 8 over 10. Great. 5 over 10. Are you neutral and also not easy at the same time? Okay, so at the end of the day, you realize that if we can sit down to really do the work. Yesterday, I shared a quote from Abraham Lincoln that says, if he has 10 minutes to do a particular thing, he will first of all have to spend 4 minutes planning in order for him to be able to achieve that. And also give a caveat to that. That if you've read Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, there's a place where the author, Stephen Covey, spoke about the fact that you have to sharpen the saw. Okay? In sharpening it, it says spend at a minimum of 7 to 9% sharpening so that the other 1% will be for you to cut it down. All right, but many of us, we spend 9% trying to cut down, we only spend 1% planning. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? James says, well, honestly, I would say hard or easy, but it all depends on perspective, as Joshua saw. But it all depends on. No. We don't need this kind of answer, James. If you are neutral, tell us it's neutral. 5 over 10, right? Because whether perspective or no perspective, execution is execution. You are doing the work. That's what execution means. It means that you are stepping into the space to do the work. Okay? You are stepping into the space to do the work. You know what it means to show up every day for your vision, for your purpose. Okay? There are days I wake up as early as 2 a.m., 2, 3 a.m. for the past 6 years. You say it's easy? When some people are still cruising on their bed, sleeping, and they're creating frameworks. creating programs, structuring, thinking, what's the next project like, envisioning, only me praying, saying, God, the assignment you have given to me, how do I take it to the next level? It's not an easy thing, my dear. It is engaging. Mhm. It will engage you. But the only time it can become easy if you know how to track. Do you see that? If you know how to track, if you know how to utilize the scoreboard well. And that's why many times we need a coach. Coaching is a non-negotiable, family. It's a non-negotiable. Don't joke with coaching. Don't. Because when you have a coach, you would always be called to order. You would always be called to order to say, why have you not done this? This is something you're supposed to be doing. And then in the seasons where you are also stuck, you can ask questions. You can receive clarity. Okay? You can receive clarity. A coach it's more like a guide, a support system. It's a support system, right? That's who a coach is. Somebody who stands by you to ensure that your vision becomes a reality. That's what I do for most of my clients in my vision amplifier mentorship program. I stand by you to see that you are able to put it out there. You are able to launch the mindset that is required to do the work. Sometimes some of my clients want to launch and I look, coach Faith, I cannot do, I don't think I can do it now. I don't think I can carry. I start to, you know, speak them out of that mindset. It's a lot of work. You don't know. It's a lot of work. Sometimes in the middle of a program, you can be tired. Okay, just imagine for the past 10 days now, we'll be doing this. We've been doing this for 10 days. You think it's easy? So show up every day, create slides, show up, teach, and all of that. Thank you for joining the Growth Garden in June. We so celebrate you. It's the best decision everybody can ever make, I would say, because I'm also a student of the Growth Garden. I learn every day with the things I share, with the classes I teach. I also go back and look at my drawing board. Okay, I look at myself in the mirror every day, and I get refined all the time. Do you see that? Nobody can do it alone. Let me officially tell you guys about the Growth Garden again. The Growth Garden is a place for you to build capacity. It's my it's my signature personal development coaching group coaching program. Outside that group coaching, you cannot have me anywhere group coaching for 1 year. Right? Other programs is just going to be a one-off. Like the execution lab we're about to commence on the 8th is a 3 week program. It's a 3 week program. After the 3 weeks, we are off. And from there, I will still encourage you to join the Growth Garden. Of course, for those in the Growth Garden, you're going to be getting a ridiculous 50% off to join to join the execution lab. For those that are interested, because it's strictly for visionaries. For those that are interested, right? So you can imagine that you are in the Growth Garden and you can keep on asking me questions. You can send me DM in the middle of the night. Yeah, I may not reply you, but I'll surely reply you, right? And you keep learning, you keep interacting with tools. Every week we share like 3 tools for implementation for you to get to know yourself better. It's a whole curriculum. In this very month of January that we are on, in this very month of January that we're on, January, February will be on the subject of identity, self-awareness, getting to know yourself better. Because a lot of us, the reason we also struggle with our one thing is that we don't have clarity about who we are. We're not clear, all right? We're not clear about who we are. Then we have a different aspect that has to do with um, authenticity building, building a growth system, stepping into your vision on a deeper level. There's so much in there. There's so much in there. So if you like to have that access, and then we also read. Yes, we also read. We read one book in a month. If we are reading challenges that comes up once in a while, they also get to participate for free while others will be paying for it. Plus some other, benefit that comes. Some of my coaching program, you want to have access, you get discount. Some of them get them absolutely for free, right? Depending on what program it is. So I want to encourage you to show up and be a part of it. Okay? Be a part of it. Okay? Join us in the Grow Garden for $100 for the rest of the year. Okay? For the rest of the year. It's important to grow your capacity. It's not something you can do alone. I'm also in coaching programs. Today I was all dressed up for my coach, my 1 year coach, my one-on-one coach. I was all dressed up to work with him, and it was like, oh, coach Faith, something just came up. I'm on a flight to another country. I'll reach out to you after that. That is my coach. We have conversations all the time, and then each time we meet, coach Faith, what's going on in your space? And then we're discussing what the project is, and then it's like, okay, from experience, this is what you should do. Okay, you should do this. And one other thing that you also get from a coach, beyond just the teaching, let me tell you, you have access to their network, you have access to their resources. That's the truth. There's little to struggle with. You can just send a DM and say, "Oh, coach, I need somebody to help me do this," and within a snap of a finger, somebody can do that for you. That is opportunity. So many other things. I don't like emphasizing this again and again, but I need you to know that it is necessary because after this 10 days, we are done. We are done. Okay. So with that being said, if it is below 10, what's going to happen? It means that something is actually wrong. Your plan, your boundaries, your energy map, there's something wrong on a deeper level. So you look at your life, you just realize, okay, you just realize that this is the life I want to live, right? This is where I'm making mistakes, all right? I need to fix them. Sometimes you also need somebody to help you look into it, all right? You can ask questions, ask questions. It's important to do so, okay? I hear people say all the time, an accountability partner. An accountability partner that there's no structure to back it up will not yield results, right? It will just become a place where you lean on to talk about your problems to each other. And then you encourage yourself, you give yourself hope. Yes, you can step to a level, but it is not the best form of accountability if you truly want to get results. Right? If you truly want to get what? Results. Okay? So the score is not for you to judge you, it is to tell you the truth about what is missing. So why do you think this will actually work? Because scoring your execution creates immediate feedback. It gives you immediate feedback. How many of you have a vision board? Okay, even if you don't have a vision board, how many of you have a board or maybe a notice board? We know it as a notice board in school, where you put in, you write your goals and certain things you are doing, and then you put it up there. And then if things are not aligning, you know that things are not aligning. Do you see that? So scoring your execution creates immediate feedback. It creates what? Immediate feedback. So you don't get to wait until the end of the month to realize you are off track. You know every single day if you are winning or you are drifting. And when you see a pattern of zeros, you're going to adjust immediately. That will prevent you from drifting so that you can let go of the areas that you are missing out. How many of us really want to get results in our lives? We all want to achieve results, whether you like it or not. We all want to achieve what? Results. I want to type results in the comments. We all want to what? Be able to achieve massive results in our work, in the way we do our things. All right, right. We all want to be able to what? Achieve results. And if that is the case, if we are truly intentional about achieving results, it simply means that we must be ready to do the work. You see that? We must be ready to do the work. We must be ready to what? To do the work. We must be ready to step out. We must be ready to what? Ascend the ladder of growth. So result is necessary. If we're all looking for a way to get results in our life, it simply means that we must be intentional, right? We must be intentional about how we show up, about the things that we do, about our lifestyle, and everything that truly connect to us. Do you see that? Is that understood? All right. So that tracking is important. Is important. Okay. So connect to your systems. Go back to the four on boundaries. Please take a screenshot of this and send to the group as well, so that you can start taking note of certain things you need to do. Your 90-day sprint is day 5. Your weekly plan, day 9, where you break it into priorities, and then your daily execution ritual. We also discuss that in day 9. Um, and then your action scoreboard now. It's going to tell you if it is working or not. It's your dashboard. It's your truth teller, your accountability partner. You've got to be ready to do it. You've got to be ready to do it. So how many of you are ready from today to begin to spend more time in planning? You spend more time in planning. I'm not talking about just some kind of random planning. Strategic ones that are hinged upon the knowledge you have received from this and more also go research. Okay? That if you implement on the things I've taught you for the past 10 days, in fact, I went through a coaching certification program on productivity coaching, right? I was just sharing with my manager recently on productivity coaching. You see the things I've taught you here for the past for the past how many days. I didn't learn them for productivity coaching program, right? Productivity coaching program only taught me how to help people stay productive and get results in their life, how to help you execute. Okay, it taught me the approach to utilize. So those of you that are going to be joining the 21 day productivity lab that I just shared with you, the one thing lab, you're going to be learning, you're going to be receiving such coaching from me firsthand. Okay, so what am I saying in a nutshell? All that I've been doing since we started, I've been training, I've been teaching, right? I've been teaching. This is not coaching, this is teaching, this is training. Coaching is where we get the results. We hold you by the hand and we drag the result out of your life. Oh my goodness. We drag the result out of your life. Even if your life is saying, I don't want this result, to be like, this result you must want. You got no option, baby. This result you must want. Okay? This result, it's yours already. Receive it. Receive this result. Okay? That's what it is. Alright, I'll be taking screenshots of that. So let's move on to the next slide. Alright? So the weekly review ritual. You're gonna go back to what we did yesterday as well to listen on a deeper level. So scoring yourself daily is powerful, but weekly reflection is where true transformation happens. So yesterday I said every Sunday after you score yourself for the week, you're gonna spend 15 to 20 minutes reviewing what you have done. Okay? You're gonna spend 15 to what 20 minutes reviewing what you have done. Do you see that? You're gonna ask yourself what worked, what didn't work, what do I carry forward, what do I leave behind? Okay? What do I leave behind? And all of that. So you're gonna check it out. You're gonna check it out. What did I leave behind? Okay? That is where learning happens. Okay, just like somebody pick up a book to read. Look at one of my favorite books. I'm looking forward to reading it in the challenge or in the membership. Psycho Cybernetics. How many of you have read Psycho Cybernetics? If you have read Psycho Cybernetics, let me see your hands up. Your hands up, your hands up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Psycho Cybernetics. You see, such a profound book. I've owned this book for a very, very long time. Okay, so let's say you've read Psycho Cybernetics and you don't review. There's a lady I used to know. She was into, she was part of Bob Proctor Network. Yeah, I still know her. Yeah, she's a colleague. I remember when I started off coaching as of many years ago. I knew her in 2021. Yes, I remember that she used to coach with this book, Psycho Cybernetics. So Bob Proctor had a program, okay, in the 60s. How many of you know Bob Proctor? You know Bob Proctor, type Bob. Such an amazing man. I think he died in 2022 or thereabout, right? So Bob Proctor, in the Bob Proctor program, there is a package where they have a system on psycho cybernetics. Psycho cybernetics is a great book if you really want to understand yourself on a deeper level in terms of how you see yourself, your self-perception, your self-image. Psycho cybernetics is a great book to read because a lot of us don't also have clarity about our own things because we lack proper self-perception. So many a times our realities aren't matching up with our self-perception, with our self-image, and as a result, we're not able to step into our dimension on a deeper level. It becomes a problem for us to really do the work because we're distorted at our own very self-definition. We're distorted. Okay? So somebody says you are a great speaker. You want to be a great speaker, but you can speak very well. And then you're looking at yourself that you're not good enough. In fact, I've had several clients. Let me even say this. If you're listening to me right now, maybe you've been in that category, I don't know. I'm not referring to anybody, but I'm just sharing based on experience. I've had several clients in the past couple of years who are so good. I'm telling you, if it is in terms of articulations, they are way better than me. They can weave their thoughts so well. They are so good. But when it comes to really believing in themselves that they have the capacity to do certain things, they don't. And I'm often like, what's going on? You are this good and you don't believe in this capacity? And guess what? Motivational speaking does not realign them, cannot realign them, will not realign them. Okay? I'm a very good and wonderful speaker. I can talk you out of your normalized nonsense. I can talk you out of your problem, your challenges. Yes, I've been doing that even before I knew I was going to be a coach. That's always been my life. I remember as a student, people will hold me in conversations. I would talk. Like they'll come for consultation that was free then. I would talk. They would be so replenished. People would come to my house. I would do that. I just believe it was the gift of encouragement as the Bible placed it, right? These people are so good. So they do not have a proper self-perception. Yes, they do not. They do not. That's why I say one of the things that I do as a coach is that I help you build capacity to be able to step into your ordination on a deeper level. That's what I do in the growth garden. Build yourself. Because the more you build yourself, the more your eyes will become clearer. There are some people who are in the growth garden. They are not matured enough to step into their their vision project. Not because they don't have a vision, but that they need to build a certain level of belief system before they can step in. And once you get on board, that thing does not need to take us 1 year for you to snap out of it, right? Just a few months of commitment to growth, a few months of commitment to intentional execution, you are going to snap out of it. So I look at this person, but I'm like, my God, what level of brilliance? Well, that's what also makes me a leader that can see the potential in those who cannot see it in them. Yes, and I can help you realize that this is your potential. That's why you need a coach, guys. You see somebody like Messi or Ronaldo, all of those great footballers, they still have coaches even at that level because there could be seasons imposter syndrome can still set in due to certain engagement. All right, do you see that? So there are certain times imposter syndrome can still set in. Do you see that? You don't believe so much in yourself. If you reach that coach cybernetics, there's so much to learn from it. So much. So the technology in itself. So this lady used to teach people, um, this lady used to use this ideology to coach people. Yes. If you will come into the system, you have to get the book, then she will start off with the coaching. You see? So that's why in my coaching program, I don't hide my source. I don't hide them. Oh, I read this book. I don't hide them because I know that at the end of the day, if you go read those books, it will give you more understanding on what I'm talking about, and it will facilitate my journey. It will ease my stress, right? I know a lot of people will hide their sources, they'll hide their books, they already hide everything. I'm a reader because that's my mandate, maybe that's why. But then I don't hide them because I know when you read the books, it will facilitate the conversation. That's when we're having a conversation. In the next summit I want to organize, I don't want to be looking for speakers everywhere. I want to bring those that are in my community to come and speak. So when we're having the conversation, it will make sense and we'll be jumping up. Yes, we'll be jumping up. That's what I want. That everybody can step into their different realms, into their different spaces. To say, okay, could say this is what God is calling me to. Could say I'm called to children, I'm called to men, I'm called to young women, I'm called to these people. And then we are all doing the work because the harvest is great, but the laborers are few. Why are the laborers few? Because a lot of them are suffering from imposter syndrome, like you have shared. They are suffering from it, right? They have a distorted self-image. They don't believe in themselves. All right. It takes a lot of work. It's not by positive thinking alone. It takes a lot of doing, a lot of commitment, a lot of immersion. You have to be immersed in the environment where with the things that you struggle with is a norm for people. You struggle with in an area of life, but that thing is a norm. And there is another set of people. There's another set of people. This ones is a difficult one. Oh. These ones, this set of people are blind to their blind spot. Type it in the comment. They are blind to their blind spots. They have sense of, a false sense of belief in themselves in a way that is so not in alignment to the capacity they actually carry. Do you get it? Am I making sense? Like what I'm saying is there is a belief. There's a belief that oh I have this, I have that, I can do this, I can do that. But they're actually blind to their blind spot. So you believe that you're a great speaker, but we are seeing you as somebody who is not good in speaking. And we're already telling you that you should go and look for another career. But you see yourself as a great speaker, right? Or you see yourself like you're so good, you're so this and you're so that. You are blind to your blind spot. There's a concept I taught a few days ago, all right, in the inner circle, in the growth garden. I spoke about the need for people to begin to understand. There's this tool we call the Johari window. Johari window. It talks about four windows. There's the window where people are blind to their blind spot, right? They are blind to it. There's nothing you can tell them. You see, those people you cannot help them. Oh. You cannot correct them. You cannot correct them. Except when you come into a realm where you now have a growth mindset and you are willing to learn, you are willing to grow, you are willing to get better. But somebody who is blind to their blind spot, you're trying to correct them. Many of them, if they have a fixed mindset, they are going to they are going to cover you. I don't know what that is in English. Please tell me in the comments. They'll cover you. They'll use the matter to tie you. You know what it means to use the matter to tie you. You now be asking yourself, who sent me? Who sent me? You cannot give them suggestions. You cannot correct them. Yes, that's the spelling. Thank you. You cannot correct them. You cannot opinionate or attack. You cannot even enunciate. It is going to be a difficult conversation because these guys are blind to their blind spot. They will implicate you, cover you. Thank you, Moranuba. They will implicate you in this matter. They will use it to tie you, tie your neck and your legs, and you'll be like, nah, help, I be the help. Oh. No verse, brother. Who send you help? Yes, they are not teachable. Thank you, sister. This woman is a Sunday school student. They are not teachable, right? They will use it to tie your neck, and you'll not be looking for a way to come out. Now, help you be one help. Yes, four quadrants. Now, help you be one help. Oh. But now they have used it to cover you. Okay? That's why we coaches, we don't give unsolicited advice as a coach. That's one of the things we are advised not to do. Don't give unsolicited advice because before you coach someone directly, you must be able to know their frame because there's such a thing we call frame. You must know their frame. How do they see life? How do they see themselves? How do they see so many things? Okay? We would even carry out an analysis based on our conversation, based on tools. We get to know you first before we know how to talk to you. Because coaching is not something you impose on people, it's something we have to collaborate to achieve. Okay? It's possible your coach does not even know more than you in your field in certain areas. I've had to learn a lot of things by just interacting with people in different spaces over the years. Right? So I'm coaching this person who is a doctor, I'm coaching this person who's a lawyer, who's a barrister, who's a psychologist, and they are teaching me things unknowingly to them. They are sharing ideas as we're having conversations, and I'm learning. Do you see that? So I have to be able to know. I have to be able to know your frame before I can help you. Okay? If you are the type that you come up with your own framework before the coaching program, I'll just allow you to blab. Why has your framework not giving you results all this while? When you are done talking, I just ask you questions and we are done. I don't have to impose it because I already know you are not ready to learn. Because if you are ready to learn, you're supposed to keep the one you know somewhere and then come as a baby to come and start from where we left off. So see if this one you are going to interact with will also give you results. Who sent you? How many of you remember the no concern me strategy? How many of you remember the no concern me strategy? How many of you remember? Yes, you're giving unsolicited advice. It's not a small thing. It's always painful that at the end of the day, these people have 10 people that they've consulted for advisory, advisory consultation or whatever. Like you're advising somebody on it to marry. You already have 10 people that is also advising them. And on top of those 10 other people that they have, they already made up their mind on what they want. And then you start wasting your energy. You are talking on the English or maybe it's your dialect you are speaking. And at the end of the day, I will just wasting your energy. The person will leave you and go and meet another one, another one, another one. It's sampling opinion. And they're not going to take anyone because they already have a mindset, they already have a frame. So the only thing you have to note on that is that you have to know what is their frame. Are they ready? All right. Based on interactions, you would have also known to how far you want to go. It's to just pray with them and say, the Lord be with you. The Lord preserve you even as you go ahead to take this decision. All right. Okay, we are around on the 8th. Okay, interesting. The no concerning strategy. If you were not available on the 8th, sorry, you have missed the no concerning strategy. So that is why we keep learning every day. Growth Garden is going to grow so big by God's grace as an institute, so large, so powerful, like a platform where you come and you are able to really grow. Okay, grow well. You have all the pruning. I call them my cultivators, my bloomers. All the pruning, all the fertilizers, everything you just be receiving and you'll be well nourished. So don't you think $100 of investment is even too small to get on board for such program? So get on board. Yeah, get in. Don't joke with it. Don't joke with it because we're gonna keep singing the Grow Guardian and you'll be like, oh, if I had known. And age is not on our side. We are growing older every day. Things are happening every day. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Um, Let me continue my slides before I got carried away with my analysis. So the weekly review framework, step one, you're going to add your action um, scorecard. You're going to add up everything out of 21. You're going to celebrate your wins and ask yourself, what did I come up with? Remember, you're going to identify what blocked you. Be honest. And you're going to adjust next week plan based on what you've learned. And then you're going to recommit to your 90-day thing. The truth is execution takes time to build. It takes time to build a muscle for execution. I'm telling you. It's not a small thing. It takes time to build the muscle for execution. You must own it. The work ethic of a particular person is not the work ethic of another person. All right? It's not the same. So it takes someone who has been on the path of execution to really be thorough in their approach to implementation, as opposed to someone who is just trying to keep up. There are several factors that can still influence your execution. There are several things that can get in the way of your execution, right? There are several things. There are several things that can get on their way of really getting results. But you've got to understand that starting now and analyzing, doing the work little by little is the best way to go. Do you see that? Is the best way to go. You want to write a book. Many of you want to write a book, for example. You've been trying to write that book in ages. I remember joining a coaching community with one of my writing coach many years ago. That was when I wrote Becoming a Consistent Reader. In fact, it was in that program I wrote Becoming a Consistent Reader. If you want to get my books, they are available. You can reach out. Becoming a Consistent Reader. I wrote that book in less than 3 weeks. Yes, from coaching. My very first book, I wrote it in 1 year. Effective Reading Habits, 2019. I wrote it in 1 year. It was a compilation of all the coaching I had done that year in my coaching community. All right, because I was always using articles then to teach. I wasn't doing much of voice notes. Even if I do voice notes, it will still be added to buttress on what is on the article. At the end of the year, I compiled all of them and that was what gave back to effective reading habits. It took me a year to write that. While I was writing Becoming a Consistent Reader in 2023, okay, it took me less than 21 days to finish the book. Less than 21 days to finish it because I had a coach, I had someone who held me by the hand, and we could produce a book in less than 21 days. All right, so you must be ready to stay put on the part of execution. That's it. Research from Harvard Business Review found out that employees who spend 15 minutes reflecting at the end of each day perform 23% better than those who did it. Why? Because reflection turns experience into wisdom. All right. How many of us are content creators here? If you're a content creator, you know that we reflect a lot. Reflection is already part of our lives. Just creating content on a daily basis, whether it's video-based content, infographic, written content, whatever, we are always reflecting. You see how beautiful it is to reflect, how sweet it is to reflect. Like you could just be having an interaction with someone and something just drop in your heart. Boom, you have gotten an article for that day. As I'm teaching you right now, somebody can ask a question in the comment section and that becomes a content. Why? What happened? How did you turn a line to a whole 200 words article? It is that I reflected. It came as a eureka encounter and I reflected deeper. I tried to stretch it out. I tried to look at the different angles of it. I tried to buttress. All right. I remember when I newly started preaching in church. All right. You will laugh at this one. I newly started preaching in church. So they would tell me to preach. I would rehearse for days. And by the time I get to the pulpit to preach, my preaching will not be longer than 20 minutes. See, that 20 minutes is usually a struggle Like the normal amount of time used to be like 15 minutes. Yes, I used to do 15 minutes comfortably. So when I'm to stretch to like 25 minutes, hey, you needed to see me repeating myself, saying one thing again and again. You know, I remember there was this day I was asked to preach in church. I closed my eyes all through. I did not open my eyes. I know that somebody would have said she's in the spirit. She's really, God is saying. I wasn't really telling you. There was no spirit. It was that I didn't want to look at their faces. I was, because with that closing of eyes, I was focused. I was seeing what I needed to say. I closed my eyes all through preaching. Can you imagine a preacher closing eyes, right? It was really funny. I closed my eyes all through. So you see that the power of reflection gives you more wisdom, and that's why many a times it is for projected or postulated that most often people who are deep thinkers, those quiet brothers of ours, they tend to have more wisdom than those who talk a lot. All right. I know that if you want to, even if you are talkative, you can still have wisdom if you know how to schedule your time based on what we are saying now. You can still have wisdom. I used to be a talkative. Yeah. They used to write it in my results. She talks too much, but she's very intelligent. They used to write it in my results. So you can see that based on what has helped me over the years has been introspection, reflection, to be able to really glean as much wisdom as possible, right? So you can imagine somebody preaching for 15 minutes and it's struggling to even get to the 25 minutes mark when you have been allocated for 5 minutes to 1 hour to preach. You see that. So I will finish in 20 minutes, my pastor will pick up the mic and I'll start all over from where I left off. So that they will have two preachers. Not because they wanted to have two preachers, but because the preacher they gave the mic to preach was not deep in thought, was not deep in reflection, introspection. So there was no much wisdom to run with. So if you see people who are always talking, you're like, deep, wisdom, talk to me, sir. Talk to me, man. They think a lot, they go deeper, they introspect, they meditate. When you meditate, different channels will begin to open up different ideas. So the moment you make up your mind to begin to reflect at the end of every project, at the end of each day, okay, it is going to help you learn faster. You see that? It's going to help you learn faster. That is why those who execute, they tend to learn faster than those who just keep on going everywhere collecting ideas. Those who execute, because execution takes a level of dexterity, a level of commitment to what you have already done, to be able to review and reanalyze what you've done, to now prepare you to the next level. So when I'm launching a project, a program, it is first of all for me, because the Bible says it is more blessed to give than to receive. It is first of all for me. That's why I'm not afraid whether you register or not. It's none of my business. My own is to do the work. My own is to show up. Oh, Faith, put together that guy. Sell it. I do it. I put together that program. I put it out. I sell it. What's going to happen? You will say you are not registered. If not registered, another person will register. Are you getting what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. If you are not interested, I do a lot of free programs. People will be like, "Oh, I do this free program." People buy from me. That's how my own, but that's how my own program is just leading me like that, right? That's how it's just leading me like that. So when you meditate, by the time I'm done with this program, I think after every program, I meditate and introspect, right? I think about what I have done. With that, I learn faster. Just imagine somebody comes up and be like, "Okay, I want to do a webinar series um for women. Maybe in June I will say I want to do a webinar series for women. I want to teach every day. I want to teach every day on how to let go of imposter syndrome, right? And then she comes up and she's teaching every day. I can give her thoughts and ideas on how she can go about it, right? First of all, she's in growth target, yeah. Number two, that I have done it. I'm not just blabbing. I'm not talking stories. I'm talking from experience because I've done it. Oh, this is how you do your plan. Oh, this is how you do that. Oh, this is how you do this. This is how you show up this. This is how you market it. Because I have done it. Do you see? I am on that path already. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm on that path. So now I have wisdom to share. And this wisdom continues to accumulate. It started accumulating 6 years ago, right? And then it continues to accumulate in the next 10 15 years in Jesus' parents. Oh my God. People are going to be paying to come to my home to just learn wisdom. Because the wisdom is practical. It's not just head knowledge. Wisdom is skill. It's practical. People are going to begin to talk from far and wide. There's one Faith Michael in the same location. The said she used to live in Australia. Now she has moved to Canada. I think she's in Qatar. The last time I heard. Yes, no. Because me, I'm a digital nomad. I will not stay in one place. With time, I'm going to be moving to different places. Just loving Jesus, just doing the work of the ministry, and just moving on like that. Do you see that? So they come and they sit down, and I teach them. I said, this is what you should do. Somebody who has been, there's something somebody taught me. My man of God taught me many years ago. You see, many times the things you pray for, they're already a lifestyle for another person. So instead of wasting your energy to go and be praying and saying this and that, why don't you just ask? Pull down your shoulder pads, your 50-50 shoulder pads, just pull it down and ask. I beg, Oga, how you take do this thing? Show me. Auntie, how did you do that thing? Show me. Do you see that? And then you learn and then you move to the next level. And when you learn faster, you compound faster. You also make money faster. Like people would always phone ask me, Coach Faith, how do you make money for personal development? I don't know how you make money for personal development apart from staying put on that path. Because when you stay consistent on the path of personal development, you develop your potential, you develop more awareness, you begin to develop, some of them begin to translate into skills. Before you know it, people begin to come for exchange, right? On the path of personal development, it's only just the wisdom you're going to glean, and they begin to dish out that wisdom, right? It's money already. People can invite you for conferences to come and speak. See the way I've been speaking now. People can invite me to say, come and speak in this very conference on this topic. I'm like, oh my God, that's me. All right? That's me. Do you see that? So at the end of the day, you just keep on showing up. You just keep on compounding wisdom. And somebody is there looking at you and saying one or two. What is your business? We're all on our different journeys. Not consigning. The consign me strategy, right? We're not doing it out of ignorance. We also have mentors, we have coaches that we're looking up to that speaks to our heart every day. That we can also ask questions. We're not just doing it because we want to do. We also have leaders in our lives, all right, that we're speaking with. That is telling us, also, Faith, the last time we did this. Why don't you do it this way? But you can also try it out this way. Let's see. Mm-hmm. We have leaders. We're not foolish on this journey by God's grace. Yes, the Bible says it is more blessed to give than to receive. Whatever you give out, you receive double. You think this class I've taught you guys? I've received in quantum wisdom, right? So whether you join the growth garden or not, whether you join the execution lab or not, I've learned, I've grown. And one beautiful thing I've always loved over the years is that whenever I put out a program, one or two person must show up to be a part of it. That's it. Because I'm not just putting it out because I want to put it out. It is mostly something that is inspired by the spirit. So each time you participate, you would always leave with something, whether it is free or paid. Yeah. The only advantage of the paid is that you just get to have more of my commitment to your life and to your destiny. And I speak directly to you. That's the advantage of joining the paid offer, right? Whether you are coming for paid or free, I give value 100%. No cutting it down. Because if I cut it down, you will not pay for the other one. No. We don't cut down here. We give it the way it is. All right. You see, we have touched on productivity for the past for these 10 days. I'm telling you now, come and execute. I know that execution may be difficult for you to do alone. I'm saying, come, let's build that system together. That's why I want to collect your money now. Okay? So come and pay so that you have more, so that we too can also continue to sponsor the project. That's it. Amen. That's it. We run ads in good hundreds of dollars to pull you in here. So if we say, come and pay for this, you have learned a lot. If you have the capacity to, and you know this is what you need in this season to move to the next level, pay for it, right? Pay for it and move on to the next level of your life because there's no time. If you are 35 today, tomorrow you're no longer 35, my sister, my brother. If you are 50 today, tomorrow you're no longer 50. Time is moving, it's waiting for nobody. If you are 20 today, tomorrow you will no longer be 20, my sister. So we don't joke with time because we know time is a revealer. Time is needed for investment. So in every season we have an opportunity, we step in. So during your weekly review, ask yourself, what was my biggest win this week? What was my biggest challenge? Did I honor my top 3? Am I still on track for my 30-day milestone? What one thing would make next week better? These questions will help create clarity and momentum. Okay? We help create clarity and momentum. So look at your monthly check-in as well for every 30 days, which is your first sprint milestone, like we said. All right. So check in every 30 days milestone. My 90 days thing, see the right focus. My systems. What is working in my systems? What needs to change? All right. This is how you get to pivot, so that at the end of the day, you keep learning, you keep what adjusting. So all we're looking at for is progress and not perfection. We're not saying you have to score 20 over 21 over 21 for 7 days every week. You will miss some days, it's understandable. You will drift. Mhm. You have hard weeks. All right, that's not failure. That's not failure. That's life. The essence of the scorecard is not for perfection. It is for awareness and course correction. You see that? 14 over 21 weeks when you learn something is better than 21 over 21 when you didn't review to learn anything. Like you just were ticking all the boxes. Oh, I did this one. I did that one. Like most of us do for our to-dos. We have 100 things on our to-dos and we'll be ticking. I did it, I did it, I did it. At the end of the day, the priorities have not been sorted. If it's money you were looking for, you have not made the money. If it's impact you were looking for, you have not impacted. Nothing has happened. You see that? Nothing has happened. So you are just on that path. You are making progress. Like certain things we need to learn online in the online space. Many are telling, yeah, I've been creating content. I have thousands of followers and I'm not making money. Meaning that they are making progress in terms of numbers, but they are not really making progress in terms of their one thing, their vision, right? So you have to be okay. You have to be settled in to understand that what is not perfection, it is progress. The Bible says moving from glory to glory. All right? We are sent from glory word to glory. That's what the Bible says. It says as we behold him in the mirror, we're being translated to become like him on a daily basis. Even God did not say we have to arrive all at a go. He says we continue to receive transformation as we deploy ourselves in the place of assignment, in the place of purpose, as we align our identity with that of God's identity for our lives. All right? You see that? So it's about progress. It's about progress. So you must be ready to do the work. So teaching you this is not for you to go back and begin to live in denial, okay? And begin to live in denial. It is not for you to begin to live in denial. It is for you to go back and begin to do the work. All right? It is not for you to begin to live in complacency or complacency. It is for you to do the work daily breaking. Okay? Last year, when I started off coaching many years ago, I remember a friend reaching out to me many years ago. She said, that was 2015, Coach Faith. I was not Coach Faith then, sorry. Faith, I'd like you to come and be teaching on this platform. I have a ladies platform. I like to come and be teaching. For 2 years, I was teaching every day for free, every week, more, sorry, for free. But I was very engaged on that platform on a daily basis. I was teaching almost every, almost I was teaching every week, and the platform lasted for about, I think, 3, 4 months to complete 2 years. Not because we were tired, but the owner did not continue the vision. All right, the person tired that, and even while I still kept on pushing, it wasn't the person was not willing to continue. And I remember another friend of mine who also had reached out to me to come and be teaching on relationship. Come on now, because I used to teach on relationship and I used to be a relationship coach. I'm hoping to have a relationship conference very soon. So I used to teach on relationship, and people call me therapist then. I would teach so well, so good, and he would teach on leadership. So it was a journey that we're collaborating to do. I was volunteering to do all of those things. I didn't know I would start off my own community in 2017. So when I was starting off my community in 2017, I gained almost 4 years of experience in the field, just doing it for friends, doing it and just getting excited about it. Do you see that? I deployed myself. And so when I started in 2017, I wasn't struggling to do some basic WhatsApp teaching because I'd already been deployed. Yeah, I'd already been deployed. Do you see what I'm saying? I'd already been deployed. Yes, Moranu, but I also used to do a relationship with therapy. I'm even a certified business therapist. Yeah, I used to do that. So As at the time I started mine in 2017, I've already done it for years. Do you see that? So what I'm saying to you is don't wait and say I will start tomorrow. People will always say that they don't grow. By the time you're now 45 or 55 or even 60, people that you started out with that you didn't keep up with, they will now become your teacher. Right? There's nothing bad in learning for people, but you just have to understand that there's such a thing as progress. That's what we're saying. At the end of the day, it is growth. Yes, the goal is growth, Mohammed. It is not flawless execution. You have to do that. Okay? So this is your complete operating system for your life. Please snap. Day 1 to 3 was about clarity. One thing, values, energy. If you didn't get the value compass guide, I don't know why. It's currently $5. Go get it and carry out your analysis so you can understand your values. All right, it is worth more than that. I want you to even have a masterclass on value, understanding your values and all of that. Do you understand? Do you understand that? So go ahead and understand your values. Very, very important. So look at it, 10 of them. 10 of them. Action scorecard is day 10. So just take a screenshot and drop it in the room, please. Take a screenshot and drop it in the room so that when you go back to implement, you know that these are the things I'm working on. Coach Faith, the one was clarity, the four was boundaries plus decision diet, 90-day sprint, habit stacking, energy mapping, recovery system, weekly planning plus daily execution. We also look at action scorecard plus weekly review. Come on now. Have you been blessed? Mm. Has it's been a blessing? Has it's been a blessing? Has it's been a blessing? Has this been a blessing? Has this been a blessing, family? Have you learned today? I'm waiting for you to take a screenshot and share our complete operating system. Okay, so our 21 days, one thing execution lab is going to be based on this. We're going to implement and then you're going to achieve one goal. Let me know what goal you love to achieve in 21 days. Okay, thank you. Let me know what you love to achieve in 21 days. All right, if you love to be in that community, what do you love to learn? Execute, not learn. We have learned, we're going to execute and get results. Okay, you want to write a book? Many of you know that when you want to coach with me to write a book, it's $500 on a book. That's what I charge. To coach with you to write a book. That's it. So this one you're going to have access to ask me questions and write your book. You're going to have access to ask me questions concerning your launches, your project, and then you are executing and implementing in the showroom. But made it very affordable for just $20. For those in the growth garden, they get to pay 50% of that. So we're opening up registration tomorrow, okay, so that you can register. We're starting on the 8th of um 8th of February to on the 28th of that month. So it's going to be back-to-back execution. You see the details on the flyer once we share. Those of you that want to get in, I'll be so glad to work with a close circle. Those of you that really want to do the work, so that at the end of the day, we can really thank God that we have executed. And that energy, what I will teach you in that community is not just going to be about achieving one goal. It's going to rub off on other areas of your life. That each time you have a project to implement on, you already know that this is the pattern that Coach Faith has opened us up to, and I'm going to go implement on it. Okay? So tomorrow I will show up as well in the community, but on a WhatsApp group. We're going to celebrate. It's going to be our graduation party. We have graduated today, but tomorrow we'll show up on a WhatsApp call, and then we just have a graduation party tomorrow evening. Okay, I'll let us know the time. It's just going to be in-house call, but it's going to be late in the evening, maybe from 8 p.m. Tomorrow is Friday, right? By the time I'm done with members of the Growth Garden, because we usually have our webinars, our call every weekend. All right. So show up tomorrow in the graduation conversation, and then we take it up to the next level. So whatever it is, come on board. This is going to take so much of my time. In fact, $20 is such. I wanted to make it 50. I wanted to make it 50 because it's going to take a lot of my time and engagement talking to everyone in the community. We're just looking at most 15 to 20 of you to participate. Max 20. Max 20. I'm also going to share it to other members of my community beyond just those that participated in this program. So if you like to be a part of it, I mean, if you like to be in, if you like to be in, say I'm in. But if you also want to join the growth garden, welcome on board. You just get to pay 10% of this amount to get on board the one thing execution lab. You like to join us in the lab? Type lab. Let me know those that want to join us in the lab. So I'll start looking at you with one, sweet eye. Let me know those of you that want to join us in the lab. And then tomorrow, Miracle, please, you give the announcement of if you are here helping out. Give the announcement after now. Let them get ready for our graduation conversation tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Nigeria time. I'll show up on the WhatsApp group. It's just going to be a call where we all show up and just gist. And then, but after now, the group is open. Please go ahead and share your testimonial. Very important. We need to speak short those testimonials. When you want to curate this testimonial, the way you will say it, add pepper and sugar cane. But I know we have delivered. Yeah. Whatever you say now is not going to daze us. We have delivered. We have done the work. Come on now. We have done the work. We have showed up. Designing slides every day. Kudos to Miracle in the team doing so much amazing work. We've done so much. We've done so much. I pray that God will bless you for even coming. Okay? For coming around. God will bless you and I celebrate you. Oh, Moranugba is in. Yay! Moranugba, get ready. Uju wants to join as well. Welcome on board. Who else wants to be in that circle? 21 days of execution without looking back. We're going to do the work. Because it's about learning. Many people will learn it and go and sleep. After 1 month, they will not even remember what coach said. They will not. Because I'm not hoping to leave this video here for a long time. I might, but I've not concluded. Alright? But then when it comes to execution, if you do the work and you're able to do it practical, like nobody's trying to cajole you to say what you've done it practically, you've achieved results. So when you are doing it in other areas of life, it's going to rub off. So it's going to rub off on those other areas of life. All right. So get yourself connected. Send me a DM to get into our programs so that we can do this together and go share your testimonials. I'm so glad you participated. Thank you so much for coming on board. I love you. Thank you for being a part of my community. I see Oluwatoyin. See here, I'm Zat. I see Uju. I see Mohammed. I see Moranugba. Moranugba has been one of our most active students as well as Uju. Thank you so much for showing up again and again. Sometimes I just show up like this and you're already here. It's so much joy. And I'm grateful to God that we have done this. Who else is still in class? I think I saw James earlier on. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Those of you that joined us in the Facebook community, if you'd like to join any of our program, we'll share the details in the Leaders platform from tomorrow so you can get yourself on board. You didn't participate in the program officially, so you're not in a group. You will not be able to join our graduation party. It's all good. But then get ready to join us in any of our programs. You can send us a DM to our page there. Send us a direct message that you want to participate in the Growth Garden and the Execution Lab. Whichever one you are in for, we welcome you officially. If you are in for the 2 good and 5, the 2 is great. Yes, get on board the 2. One is for a long-term coaching partnership. The other one is just for you to get across to achieving a particular goal for this season. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely night's rest. Bye-bye. Love you, love you, love you, love you. You're welcome, Mohammed. God bless you as well for coming. God bless you for coming to Christ.